Well, our storm is finally slowly winding down. Still some light snow showers out there, but now we're talking about the big cold moving in gradually over the weekend, some bitter cold next week, and the possibility of a couple more snowfalls, notably a potential for a big storm in the central U.S. next week. So this is pretty cool. I spliced together satellite imagery and streamlines, which shows the surface flow of air. And you can see yesterday the storm system moving backwards. This is part of the reason that this storm system has lingered for so long. It's been a retrograding or backwards moving low pressure area cut off from the flow of the atmosphere. The center of it was over Wisconsin. Finally today starting to make a little eastward progression, but not much. It was right over us yesterday. Snowfall award goes to Rice Lake, Minnesota, just inland from the North Shore, 30.5 inches of snow. One of the latest reports there, and a lot of upper 20s in inches across the Duluth area, so 2.5 feet for a lot of places. Still have the report from Finland yesterday that we're looking to see get updated potentially because they were at 29, and I'm sure they got more since then. So we'll still see some of these numbers come in a little bit. And then over the last 24 hours, of course, many of us picked up another few inches of snow across the metro, and then pockets of some heavier amounts, 5-6 inch amounts even, in southeastern Minnesota and also across western Minnesota. And the addition of snow and wind to our west that we'll show you here in a second. But this is interesting. The National Weather Service posted this out today, showing the difference in the ratio of snow to water, and potentially the urban heat island effect. With the warmer temperatures, everybody was pretty warm yesterday, but we were a little bit warmer, and our ratio was lower. Might be the worthy topic of some future research for somebody. A lot of water, though, regardless in the system. Anywhere from 1/2 inch to 2 inches of water in all this. So, of course, that's why it's been this heavy, wet snow. Also, the most precipitation we've seen in any event since August for the Twin Cities. We had blizzard warnings earlier across the Dakotas. Those have shrunk a little bit now, but most of North and South Dakota were under blizzard warnings because they've been seeing some snow showers, but more notably wind gusts out there. And of course, we know the wind can blow, but some 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts in parts of especially western South Dakota, and they had closed I-90 for a while. It may even still be closed. We're going to continue to see some of these light snow showers rotate around the backside of that storm system, but as it starts to finally move east, we're going to see those dwindle away. As far as additional amounts, looks like the most significant pockets will be along the North Shore and then random couple of inches, but most of us will see an inch or less of additional snowfall tonight into Saturday morning. Still some flurries around though on Saturday. And then here comes the cold, this big ominous purple blob diving south. You can almost see it moving in the wake of this system. Because this thing has been sitting here so long, it's literally created a void that needs to be filled by somebody. It's going to be the Arctic air plunging south. So next week is going to be pretty cold all week long, it looks like. Wind chills stay potentially sub-zero all week too, and some actual very cold temperatures. In fact, these temperatures are going to be about 20 to 30 degrees below normal. The normal high now is still in the mid-20s, and we're talking about single-digit highs. So this is showing temperature anomalies, and this might be a little extreme, but still 30-degree temperature anomalies is pretty substantial. Wind chills by Tuesday morning could be 20 to 30 below across Minnesota, even worse, 40 below out in western North Dakota. And there's probably more cold where that came from. We'll see a temporary, brief upward tick in temperatures as this next storm develops. Some snow showers Monday night. This looks fairly light, maybe an inch or two. That moves through more of a clipper type system. And with those cold temperatures, it'll be a very fluffy snow. And then the same thing with this next possible big storm that we're watching. Most of the models are creating this midweek storm, but we're going to be on the very cold side of this, so it could be that very fluffy snow that can really accumulate fast. Also easier to remove, but something to definitely watch next week. Very active pattern. Cooler Saturday to low 20s, teens on Sunday, and then we just keep falling. 2 below zero Tuesday morning in the Twin Cities. That's our first sub-zero of the season. And that's actually about normal. The modern average date of the first sub-zero reading is December 20th, and that's pretty close, if not the 20th. If I can remember my dates where we're at now, but close to it anyway. And then we're sub-zero for at least a couple nights in a row. Now that's a little more unusual to have that kind of cold persist this early in the season, but the gates are open to the Arctic.